At 26 years of age, I found myself working in an office in the bustling city of New York. My job as a finance analyst was demanding, but I took pride in doing it well. I had always been fascinated by numbers and finance, and I found a sense of satisfaction in solving complex problems. My future seemed bright and promising, and I was content with my solitude. But despite my success at work, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was missing in my life. I felt a sense of restlessness, and I knew that I needed to find a way to fill the void in my heart. One fateful morning, I decided to sail out too far. The sea was calm, the sky was clear, and I felt a sense of freedom and adventure. I had always been drawn to the ocean, and I couldn't resist the temptation to explore its depths. As I sailed further and further out, I felt a sense of euphoria, the wind in my hair, the sun on my face, and the sound of the waves crashing against the hull of my boat. I was in a state of pure bliss, and I felt like I had found my true calling. But as the day wore on, the sky began to darken, and the wind picked up. I knew I had to head back to shore, but the waves were becoming increasingly rough, and my boat was tossed about like a leaf in the wind. I struggled to keep my footing, and I knew that if I didn't make it back soon, I would be in serious trouble. Despite the danger, I refused to give up. I clung to the tiller of my boat, and I fought against the waves with all my might. And then, just as I was about to lose hope, I saw the shoreline in the distance. I had made it back, and I was alive. But as I looked back at the sea, I knew that I would never be the same. I had been tested, and I had emerged victorious. And in that moment, I realized that I was not alone in the world, but rather a part of something much greater. From that day forward, I lived my life with a new sense of purpose and meaning. I knew that I had been given a second chance, and I was determined to make the most of it. I took up sailing again, and I spent every free moment on the water. I felt a sense of freedom and adventure that I had never felt before. And even though I was alone, I was happy. But I realized that sailing was not enough to fulfill my life. I needed more. I needed to find something that would give my life a sense of meaning and purpose. I decided to enroll in a literature class at the local university. I had always been fascinated by literature, and I knew that it would help me find the answers that I was looking for. I was immediately drawn to the works of Rabindranath Tagore. His words resonated with me on a deep level, and I felt a sense of connection with his poetry and stories. I spent hours studying his works, and I felt as if I had finally found my true calling. Through literature, I discovered the beauty of the human experience and the complexities of the human heart. I learned that we all have the capacity to feel love, pain, and happiness, and that these emotions are what make us human. I also learned that we are not alone in the world, but rather we are all connected in some way. I decided to leave my job and pursue my passion for literature full-time. I enrolled in a graduate program and studied literature in depth. I graduated with a master's degree and went on to become a successful author and teacher. I wrote novels and poetry, and I taught literature at a university. My works were well received and praised for their depth and insight into the human condition. But my journey did not end there. I continued to sail, and I used my experiences on the water as inspiration for my writing. I wrote about the beauty and the danger of the sea, and the lessons it taught me about life. I wrote about the importance of taking risks and following your passions, even when it seems impossible. As I grew older, I realized that my sailing adventure at 26 was a turning point in my life. It was the moment when I realized that I was not alone in the world, but rather a part of something much greater. It was the moment when I realized that there was more to life than just my job and my solitude. It was the moment when I realized that I needed to find my own path in life, and to follow it with all my heart. In the end, I found my true calling and true happiness. I found my place in the world, and I knew that I had lived a fulfilling life. I passed away peacefully, surrounded by my family and loved ones, and my legacy lives on in my works and the hearts of those who were touched by them. In this world, there are many paths to take and many things to discover, and even though we may feel alone at times, we are all connected in some way, and if we listen to our hearts and follow our passions, we will find our place in the world and our own sense of purpose and happiness. Thank you for watching our video and taking the time to read this story. I hope it has inspired you to follow your passions and to find your own path in life. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to our channel for more stories and videos like this one. We are dedicated to providing you with high-quality content that will help you improve your English language skills. Your support helps us to continue creating and sharing valuable content for our viewers. So please, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest videos. Thank you for your support and we'll see you in the next video.